As long as the farmers have the crop off, they want that water to put them in good stead to start off next spring. But before we go any further, let's go up to my old stomping grounds and check out what the situation is there. And it is beautiful. Figures. I'm not up there. It's a great shot. And when we take a look at the conditions right now, we're sitting at about 14 degrees here in Winnipeg. And
hi, everybody. I'm Jim Ingebrigtsen.
And I'm Sandi Coleman, reminding you to watch Breakaway Mondays at 7.
Pretty darn good show, you know?
Not bad.
Here from the Canada Game Centre, where we have been this morning, and we will be each and every weekday morning over the next 2 weeks. cbc.ca/north, that's the website you can go to get more details on those stories and others, as right well on New Day at Whitehorse. When we do take a look at these temperatures, you can see why they've got a couple of delays in place, probably because of the wind chill more than anything else. Minus 37 at the moment. Dawson is clear and minus 41. Old Crow, mainly clear, minus 26.
85-year-old Edith Josie always keeps a full kettle on her wood stove.
No, you want tea?
Filled with ice water, chipped off the large chunks of river ice that sit just outside the front door of her tidy log home. I'm Sandi Coleman, coming to you live from the Quanlandon Cultural Centre along the banks of the historic Yukon River. That's where we're on location for the next hour, and this is the place you should be. And if you can't be, well, I'm glad you're listening in. This is CBC Yukon from our studios in downtown Whitehorse. My name is Sandi Coleman. I'd say good morning, but we're in for a bit of a bumpy one, it seems. If you've been up for it any time at all this morning, you may have realized if you've tried to pick up the phone or tried to check your computer, we don't have any communication in the territory. At least we know in the Whitehorse area. We're not sure. Okay, it's over. At least it was, but everything was shaking in the studio again. Oh, and it still is. Well, and it's quite strong again.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Turn the camera on, Rock. And I think we're going to go... I've got a guest in studio with me. All the lights are shaking. And it's still going.
You might want to get under your desk if it's still shaking.
Okay. Do I take the microphone with me?
Sure thing.
I think it's... still swaying a little bit. It's quite amazing. Well, that music means we get to head out of the studio once again, this time down the South Klondike Highway to check in with our neighbors to the southwest in Skagway, Alaska. Good morning to our community reporter, Buckwheat Donahue.
Good morning, baby shakes. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, but I don't think you should be calling me that, especially not on International Women's Day.
Okay. No slight intended.
Never with you. That's great.
And the only water slide, I must press on this one, in the Yukon is crossing the water lake at Lucky Lake, and that's open every Saturday from 1 to 5, and of course there's weather depending. If it's pouring as rain, of course they won't be open.
When's the last time you went down that water slide, Jen?
I've never been down it.
Yeah, and then I've got Big Mama on her way up to Alaska, and she's going to stop one night and play here on the 7th.
Well, that's great. All right. Well, lots going on.
And if we have enough drinks, maybe I'll sing too. So stop in.
Good morning, Yukon. Welcome to a new day coming to you from our studios in downtown Whitehorse, Yukon. My name is Sandi Coleman. Well, we have been polishing up the studio because we're opening the doors at 7 o'clock this morning, inviting you to come down and see us. Well, at that point, I hope Ellen will have the curlers out of her hair.
I was going to say, did I need to see that first thing this morning? Holy smoke.
Well, I've got a couple of thank yous I want to say right now. Simply thank you to our listeners. Thank you for being out there ready to listen so that 3:30 in the morning, that alarm actually had a purpose, especially midwinter. Thank you for trusting that by tuning in, you would receive the information you needed to start your day. Thank you for sharing those hectic hours of getting family ready for school and yourself out of the door for work. And thank you to others who allowed us to invade your bedrooms, to ease you out or not from under the covers. And yes, to those who, not wanting to miss the end of an interview carried us into the bathroom with them. Thank you for sharing your stories and entrusting them to us to share with others. Thank you for the wonderful welcome mats whenever we traveled into your homes and communities. Thank you for making us laugh with your call-ins and playing along with contests like sound bites and our search for the healthiest Christmas cookie. Thank you for keeping us accountable with your follow-up questions and queries. Thank you for groaning along with Ellen and I every time Rock attempted yet another character impression. Thank you for showing up with socks and mitts and food donations by the truckload whenever we put the call out for those in need in our community. And thank you for caring about our families and our triumphs and our losses over the years. Simply thank you for allowing us to be part of your family weekday mornings while we pictured all of you in your pajamas. Now, thank you to all my colleagues who have been so wonderful, but specifically to Rock and Ellen. Thank you for being the team.